I'm doing this video early this morning instead of what I usually do, 7 p.m. Central or 8 p.m. Central. Here I'm doing it 8 a.m. Central. Could have done 7 a.m. Central, doing it this time instead of the evening, just for a special guest that I'll be having. He will be joining us here soon, shortly. Also, I wanted to make a wide announcement in regards to Talking Packers with Steve. Welcome here to the channel. Welcome to Sports Talk Network. Welcome to Talking Packers with Steve. But I wanted to start off to give a channel update quickly, do some housekeeping quickly in regards to these two podcasts. This one and my Wrestling Ramble that I host, Steve's Wrestling Ramble, that I host every Saturday at some point. No finite time yet. But unfortunately, for reasons which I will bring up during the tell-all of Who Done It Spooked, but which will be at the end of when that game is over, Who Done It Spooked, which I will share while I'm talking about it. But my former co-host, Becky, will not be joining us for the foreseeable future, again, because of reasons. And again, I'll be bringing that up and sharing my side of it all and this and that during that tell-all, so people can watch that video or the start of it. Don't worry, I'll put it at the beginning, so people who might not care about that, so I hope you all do, in support of me, hashtag Team Copeland, will see that whether I win or whether I'm next eliminated, I'll still do the tell-all, and that will be the first thing I want to talk about because I want to get out of the way, one, and two, so people that are just going to be watching for that part can then know what the heck is going on between me and Becky. But yeah, she quit there and then relieved of her duties. I myself here as CEO, in a sense, I had to make that decision. I also made the CEO decision and the COO decision in regards to the 2020 Who Done It, that my game that I'll be hosting, that she's banned from that, and due to her actions, she might be banned from all Who Done It games moving forward for kind of detrimental to the game in regards to poor sportsmanship, because I don't want this to happen to anybody else in the future. She may play nice, she may be nice in general, but I guess even as she even said once, don't piss her off. But I thought she just meant that in game, like don't piss her off, she'll come back to eliminate you and get you, sort of thing, in the game aspect of Who Done It, not in real life, in regards to saying some stuff that she said about me, about some other house guests, that was not only uncalled for and unwarranted, but childish and petty, it seemed, on her end. And she's not a person that is childish and petty, ever. Right? I always assume she was upset. Different. So I'll talk about that there. We're not going to make this about her. I got to move on. I'll look for more and new co-hosts. Hope to have a team back for the Ramble. But for here, talk about football. Let's talk about the NFL. Now, before my guest does arrive, I will go through the week schedule as I usually do from the past week, talk about the Packers game. Then we'll head into doing predictions for the next week and moving forward and how all of that will subside in a positive atmosphere and way. So, as I'm also trying to we'll go through these here. And first, we had the Patriots defeating the Giants 35-14. Panthers over the Buccaneers 37-26. Washington team beat Miami in the battle of winless teams. Dolphins didn't want to make that 2-point conversion, I guess. 17-16 win. Saints over the Jaguars 13-6. Ramsey being traded to the Rams. Jalen Ramsey is not with the Rams. Ravens over the Bengals 23-17. Seahawks over the Browns 32-28. Vikings defeat the Eagles 38-20. Texans defeat the Chiefs 31-24. Chiefs 2-game losing streak. Cardinals over the Falcons 34-33. The 49ers actually dominated pretty much the whole entire game, as the score shows, 20-7 over the LA Rams. The Broncos over the Titans 16-0. Mariota being benched for Tannehill, who will start next week, or this week, upcoming week. The Jets defeat the Cowboys in a stunner. Sam Darnold coming back from mono, and the Jets actually looking like an NFL team, defeating the Cowboys, and the Cowboys' 3-game losing streak is a 3-game losing streak, unfortunately for them. Steelers over the Chargers, 24-17, with the third-string quarterback Hodges. And then on Monday Night Football, the Packers get the win by 1 point, 23-22 over the Lions in a big game. There. So that is all for week 6 as we move on to week 7 of the season. The Packers game is the second one to predict anyway, so I'll wait here for a couple minutes for my guest to arrive as he's on his way. Into the studio, quote unquote. Yeah, the Raiders against the Packers, a great battle in Green Bay. Should be. I mean, two teams, 5-1 Packers, 3-2 Raiders. It's going to be a good matchup. I don't see where these come. I also do see, though, from how the Packers coming off that big win. Yes, we are 5-1, but we are not like running away with the division because the rest of the division, yes, including the Lions, who now are at 500, are still at or above 500. It's still going to be a dogfight to the end. So even though the Packers are 5-1, which is awesome and great, I'm not going to say we don't want that, but the Vikings are still only one game behind, and obviously we still have to play Minnesota. I think at the end of the season, one of the final games. We have the 7 games out of division, obviously, and then the final 2 or 3 in division again. And our next opponent, like I said, is Oakland at home. So it's going to be a tough test. It's going to be a good battle. I think Oakland's team is underrated. So you can't overlook Oakland and have our sights set for the week 8 matchup. We gotta keep going, keep playing at our best ability and high quality ability that we have of the Green Bay Packers. We are one for a reason, right? So I think with that, we'll be good. Meaning with that, we'll be prepared, we'll be ready, we'll be able to defeat the Raiders and do well. I mean, I don't see an issue in that way. But sorry, I'm just trying to sorry, I'm just checking here. And then I guess we'll be here, then we'll talk about the game, and then from there we'll predict the rest of the week as we usually do. But I don't mind doing a morning episode. It'll wake me up. Oh, dang it, sorry. Start with that. Like I said, after this podcast, and I finally will have breakfast. My nephew here is staying with me for the next couple of days. Just came back from taking him to his daycare, and picking up, so having him for the next couple of days, which is awesome. Also reminds me, hey, I also I'm not having a kid right now, but then again, I love the guy, and there's times and moments I do. I don't know why I brought that up, but I did. I guess to explain why I'm yawning. He's out of the crib. He's going to be 2 years old and on Halloween. Bella, relax. Bella. But everybody's day's going well. Just waiting here for my guest. Because like I said, as much as I would want to predict all the other games, I don't want to do that, and then he'll be here waiting on me. So everybody's time is valuable. His, mine, I love it. So I could go through the week 7 games, but then he'll show up and then. But we do have a lot of good games here in regards to week 7. There are a couple ones that I definitely would say should be game of the week. At least for me, game of the week candidates. I mean, just looked at it verbatim. You have the Chiefs, Broncos, Rams, Falcons, Vikings, Lions, and then the other one, let's see here, Ravens, Seahawks, Saints, Bears, Eagles, Cowboys in regards to divisional, how big that is. So, and for the 49ers who they're facing, I mean, continue to stay undefeated. So that's crazy and amazing. I mean, technically still also for the Patriots, but who they're facing. But those two teams being the ones that are still undefeated, one a former Patriot quarterback and Jimmy Garoppolo, and obviously current quarterback and still quarterback Tom Brady. That's why those two are the ones that are still undefeated. Oh, our guest here, Byron. How you doing this morning?
Hey, how's it going, bro?
Going well, going well. I wanted to make sure that I was here when you got here, not to waste any more of your time. But heading into this Raiders Packers matchup here in Lambeau Field, the frozen tundra, not yet frozen. But how's your outlook in regards to your side and your team for the Raiders heading into the Lambeau this week?
Yeah, bro. First off, I already know. First of all, thank you for having me on the show again. I appreciate it. Sorry, I've been dodging for a while, man, but I finally found the right schedule that works for me. So I appreciate that. But yeah, it's gonna be a tough game for us, especially because we are having the long schedule that we got already, going from London, and then how is we're not getting a home game until I believe in 2-3 weeks from now. But I like our chances as long as if we can keep running the ball with Josh Jacobs. Uh, if we run the ball, we should be good with Derek Carr. I don't really trust Derek Carr throwing the ball too much like that. He tends to have like a better game if we start off running the ball and then getting our receivers going. And we typically right now don't have a number one receiver yet, so it will be challenging for that. And then on defense, we've been playing good for the last 2 weeks on defense, but of course, we're playing against Aaron Rodgers, and that's really going to test our secondary and test our pass rush that I'm still a little iffy about. But overall, going into Lambeau, it is going to be a tough game for us, and I would want to say probably around. I would like to see a score of 20-23, something like that.
Yeah, and as good as Aaron Rodgers is, even this season so far, he's had those he has had hot cold games where he hasn't been as accurate and as great as Aaron Rodgers has been in his career.
Yeah.
Meaning that maybe, just maybe, in regards to Raiders fans out there, Raider Nation, that if Aaron is not the regular Aaron, and throws Aaron passes, your defense will be there to take that ball away and get the interception, put your offense in a good light and position, then to score, and hopefully then it will be upon Carr and the offense to do their dang jobs and get the score if they are able to get turnovers, because turnovers, like anything, as you already know, are currency in the NFL, and if you can get them, yeah, dang well, better than score, because if you don't, then you just fuck up your whole team because your offense or your defense got you the turnover, but your offense is not scoring the touchdowns that you're getting from said turnover, and you're just getting field goals. Let alone if you get nothing, then what does that say about your offense?
Yeah.
So if you guys can do that, same thing, obviously for Green Bay, what that's saying for that. I think the biggest thing that I see in regards to matchups is in regards to wide receivers, cornerbacks, because with Green Bay and with Devontae Adams, he's able to actually come back for this game. But Valdez Scatlin, Kudrow, who showed out a little bit against the Detroit Lions on Monday, and having our other wide receivers, next man up mentality, as it is in the NFL, that how that's going to placate during the game against the Oakland Raiders and their good defense, because the Raiders do have a stout defense. I was saying before you come on air about this matchup, where that's where I'm kind of interested to see how our receiving core match up against your team's defensive backs and otherwise there. So what are your thoughts in regards to, I know you already kind of brought it up, but specifically wide receivers and DB matchup for your DBs against our wide receivers?
Yeah, with our DBs, man. I mean, it's kind of touch and go. I mean, Devontae Adams is one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. I got him on my fantasy team, and I believe in. I'm trying to get points, so I'm starting him. So I'm looking forward to that. But the main matchup I'm looking forward to, especially, is we have a young corner named Garyon Conley that was out of Ohio State. He was very nice last year, and to start off this year, he has been a little bit inconsistent. But in the game against the Indianapolis Colts, he had the game-winning interception, and
Hey, Brian, are you still talking? I can't hear you. Can you still hear me? For some reason, it cut out. I don't know. No, still can't hear you. I don't know if you can hear me, but I don't know. We might have this issue. He might have to drop in and come back, but or leave and come back with the link. Hey, like I said, I don't I don't want to waste his time as much as he has, because he has a busy day, busy life. That's why we were unable to work things out in the past months, if not years, maybe not years. I might be a little bit too dramatic saying years, but he's been busy, so it's not his fault. It's actually kind of my fault because I have shows at different times, different days. I don't have any set schedule, so it's kind of hard for me to try to plan if I don't have it in a set schedule. But anyways, hello? Yeah, I still can't. I don't know. You're not muted, but I'm gonna unmute. All right, can you hear? Can you talk? No, still, I don't know. I'm sorry. I apologize. It was on my end, but I don't. Everything on my end looks all right in regards to how it's set up. I'm looking here. Um, Sorry about that. Um, Gosh darn it. All right. See here. See where I meant wrong. Oh, that's weird. He was able to talk. He was here for most of the time. We were talking about matchups. Um, There you go. I can hear you.
okay, man. I think I know what it was. My alarm was going off on my phone, and I tried to exit out of it, and then that's when you were telling me you couldn't hear me after that. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, bro.
No, I thought it was on my end. I didn't want to waste your time.
Oh no, you're good. Did you hear me when I was talking about
I heard you
Conley?
when you start. Yeah, I heard you when you started. I didn't hear the finish.
Okay. I think I started off saying I ended off saying I was saying that Devontae Adams will probably take care of will get the better end of the matchup because we do still have like a young secondary, so it's kind of iffy. But in terms of yeah, I would probably give the edge to you guys when it comes to, you know, your receivers going up against our defensive backs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then how do you see it on the flip reverse? Your wide receivers against our DBs.
I'm actually really excited because we did trade for Zay Jones. And I've been watching him at Buffalo. He's nice. I don't know if he's going to play. I know he was studying the playbook during the bye week, but there hasn't been any word from the Raiders or anything if he'll like start or play or anything like that. I like Tyrell Williams. He's just not like a typical like number one receiver. That's like one of the things I don't like about our offense. Like I like Derek Carr when he's consistent. I like our running game, and our offensive line is blocking for us, which is great. And we have a tight end that I think is very underrated and is going to turn a lot of heads. But when it comes to receivers, it's like we're still like we have a whole bunch of number 2 receivers, and Tyrell Williams is the one, but still I don't 100% trust him. So I would give that again to your guys' secondary. And plus, your guys' defense is a lot improved from last year, so it's amazing how better you guys have gotten.
That's what I've been saying here on this show, let alone on Twitter in general. That it's nice to have a defense because then we can actually have a full, complete team. Because even with our great defense, we've had games where we could have lost, to include Monday nights. Even as a Packer fan, I don't agree. Or I do agree. As a Packer fan, I even do agree in regards to the referee stuff, in regards to that defensive holding penalties that were against the Lions and stuff like that. Now, Lions still lost the game and shouldn't be used as an excuse. But in that specific regard, I do agree with Lions fans, other NFL fans that didn't have a dog in the fight, in a sense, in regards to that penalty there. Penalties against that one player who's been playing for 10 plus years, I think. So I think he knows what he's doing. So, but anyways, it's nice to have a defense, because if we didn't have that defense like we didn't have last year, our record wouldn't be 5-1 right now, obviously. So it would be as bad as it was last year. And but I think with the new head coach, the new system, Aaron getting integrated into that, everything is going as scheduled in a good, healthy, positive way, and a game plan. At least I see it as that way. But just in regards to that side of the ball, in regards to the offense, the defense, I think our biggest get was Zadarius Smith from the Baltimore Ravens. Getting him in the offseason, I think, was our number one out of all of them. It was time to let Clay go. Clay going to the LA Rams, Clay Matthews. So putting Zadarius Smith there now, being a younger, stronger, bigger, faster, stronger Clay, I think has done wonders for us on the defensive side, and brought life back to our defensive side, which then overall as a team, the Green Bay Packers, having a better chance to get more wins and having a better chance to not have to be so dependent on Aaron. And with Aaron not having to be so dependent and having to chuck the ball 1,000 times a game, we can actually then create our running game, which then creates play action, and how that all stems out. So that's why I always say little things matter. And in regards to a little thing in signing one player, change the whole entire landscape and vision and thought process of the Green Bay Packers and fans, therefore, of said Green Bay Packers. So,
definitely.
But regards to Oakland, though, the Oakland Raiders, they're not shabby. They're not bad either. The Raiders and how they've been this year, especially after all the nonsense during the offseason and all the craziness in regards to AB and stuff. And then also, the other players that you guys got. I'm trying to remember the name now off the top of my head, but Rich Incognito, and then also Vontez Perfect in his situation. But still, you guys said went to London, you won. I really enjoyed John Gruden and his after game little rah-rah stuff he did in the locker room.
with the little dance he did. Yeah.
That was beautiful. I actually was happy to see that. Because hey, you guys beat the Bears, so that was nice. But either way, in regards to, since I only have you here for this, or at least for now, for this one time during the season, at least for my viewers, what are your thoughts in regards to the outlook for the season for your Raiders? And if you haven't already done so on your own channel, what is Byron's Super Bowl prediction?
Well, I'm gonna get the Super Bowl prediction now already. I see it, and I they're a division rival. I can't stand the Kansas City Chiefs, but Patrick Mahomes, when there's no ankle problems, like the stuff he does, it drops my jaw, like to the point where I'm like, how does this dude do this? How does he do that? Now there are issues with their running game and their defense, but somehow, some way, I think it will be a repeat of the AFC Championship game, Patriots and Kansas City. But I think this time, Kansas City will end up going to the Super Bowl. And then the NFC, before the Jalen Ramsey trade, I would have said the Saints. But right after that, I think Rams, because they got Clay Matthews, Eric Weddle, and now they're bringing in Jalen Ramsey. It's like the Golden State Warriors of football right now. So
yeah, it's almost unfair.
Pretty much. So if we're going right now, I would say it'd probably be Kansas City and Rams, and it'd probably be another Monday night showdown, like how it went when they scored over 100 points or 55 or
yeah.
I think it'll be like that in the Super Bowl. But for the Raiders, man, they're exceeding my expectations because just like you said during the offseason and the Antonio Brown, and I was like, if this is one team it can happen to, it's always us. If there's always some BS that happens, it's always our team that's going through it. And I thought we were going to struggle. I thought we were going to – I remember telling people on my channel, I was like, I see us probably going 7-9, maybe 8-8 at best. But now, like, I'm looking at our schedule and how easier it's starting to get. And it's looking like we could get into playoffs. I didn't think we were going to get into playoffs this year. I was, already set for the rebuilding mode. But we got the Packers, then we got the Houston Texans, and then we got the Detroit Lions. So those are going to be 3 straight games with defenses that I'm not trying to face. So, but overall, the schedule after that, it's relatively easy. I'm not trying to get cocky or anything like that because I know things can change in a heartbeat. But I like our chances now. Now I'm starting to think if we can play well against these 3 teams these next 3 weeks, I think we can beat anybody.
Almost up. And yeah, obviously anything can happen. I mean, Aaron could be injured during the Raider game, and we don't have Aaron for the rest of the season, and we're screwed. So like you said, anything can happen for any team at any point of that. I guess just to share to you, if you weren't able to see my opening show for the Super Bowl, I have the Patriots versus the Rams for the Super Bowl, and I have New England beating the Rams 26-20 in the Super Bowl for that matchup. And for the Packers, I had us going 13-3 for the season, and doing well, showing up, showing out, and getting the number 1 seed in regards to the NFC. So that's how I have for the Packers, how I have for the playoffs and the Super Bowl there as. But it's one of those things, would you rather be the Oakland Raiders and seems like everything bad happened to you, or rather be a Dallas Cowboy fan where each and every year you think you're going to go to the Super Bowl,
yeah,
but you're the action that waiting to happen, as Stephen A. Smith says, and you just mess up like you did against the Jets. So, or the Packers when you missed the field goal when you could have at least had a chance to come back to that game, So I think I would rather be a Raider fan and at least, still have high expectations and good expectations. Like you said, you're not thinking rebuild, you're thinking, hey, we can make the playoffs, and belief in your team, which one should, or at least I would hope. Yes. Then being a Cowboy fan where each year you're thinking even higher, and then it just crashes right in front of you and breaks your heart. So
it's good.
I think it's healthier in regards to being a Raider fan than a Cowboy fan. But no, good luck to the Raiders this season, except for this week. And
exactly. Same to your Packers, man. I like the Packers, but not this week. I don't want
exactly.
that.
The following weeks, you guys can kick ass and take names, but but not just this week. But either way, it'll still be a good game. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens on Sunday. I was gonna say, well, actually, to be quite honest, I was gonna say we're gonna do a gentleman's bet on the game, but maybe not. But either way, it'll be a good game, and looking forward to conversing with you and seeing how it all goes down. I look forward to watching more of your stuff on your channel. You do great things over there.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate the support.
I have seen. I pretty much seen all your videos because what is it called? A notification squad or whatever. Because I obviously subscribe to your channel, but I also ring the bell and I get emails when you do drop a video. So
I appreciate that 100%, my man.
So, but anyways, I know you got a day planned and stuff going on. So I'll let you go. And before you go, welcome to promote all your stuff. Also, his stuff, his links, his Instagram, his YouTube channel, both will be in the description of this video after it's done rendering. But I'll let him speak on it as well.
Yeah, first of all, man, I appreciate the support, man. I'm also subscribed to your channel, man. I also sometimes will check out the wrestling videos. And, I used to watch wrestling way back in the day, so I like to catch up on it a little bit, so I'll watch yours.
Right. I got a quick question, though. Quick question. SmackDown, now on Fox, the actual Fox channel, not on FS1. It's not hidden on FS3 or FS3 Plus. It's actually on Fox. Have you yet, or do you plan to give WWE a chance in SmackDown on one of the Friday nights that you might have free?
Yeah, I was about to say I work second shift, so if it's Friday night, right. Yeah, I won't get off probably till like midnight or something like that. But I'll probably record it and watch it, and if I miss it, then I can always watch your channel and see what happened after.
All right, no, yeah, that's you. Yeah. That's you. I was just, I almost realized that, but either way, yeah, SmackDown on Fox. I love the way they were promoting it, heading into it, and everything, and I was like just so happy. I don't know why. It's like it's what they're doing, what they're supposed to do, but to me, it felt like extra, and I was getting my feelings in that way because one of my best friends, that I've known since pre-K and a godfather to his daughter, we used to watch wrestling during the Attitude Era, and we even were those kids that did wrestling. Hitting each other with stop signs and stupid stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I'm already knowing.
We didn't know better. We were invincible, right? So anyways, we were doing that stuff. And anyway, so his life and things, he couldn't get. But now with SmackDown on Fox, he's telling me that he's gonna give it a chance when he can, with his own busy life. So it's nice that people that like him or others with this new show or this show being now on Fox. They're giving it a new spin, an actual. We just got off of the WWE draft. Superstars going to specific brands. People putting in place as executives of talent and other real positions backstage. That things are trending upwards. We actually have competition in AEW, which battle with the WWE NXT on Wednesday nights, which is tonight. Continues week 3 of that, But yeah, just a quick little wrestling talk here. But yeah, thank you first off for subscribing to my channel and checking out when you do have your time. Because I know you're a busy man with work and life and your own channel to do. Priorities. So like I said, any other last comments? And like I said, plug your stuff, and the links will be in the description below.
So yeah, man, it's BYRONLIVE95. That's my channel, man. I cover everything Raiders. Try to do weekly Raider updates, or just try to do videos on former or current Raiders or whatever the mood is. My Instagram is BYRONLIVE95 as well. I post on there. I'm gonna start being a little bit more consistent in my video flowing. And thank you, man, because I know you've been hitting me up for a while, and I've never had the time or nothing like that. But I had to do it this time because our 2 teams are playing next week. Well, this week, I should say. So I like your channel, man. Hope big things come for you. Hope get that subscriber count amount up, and I hope the best for your Packers, except for this week.
There you go. Well, thank you for being here, and I'll see you when I see you. And hey, hopefully, I mean, I know you got stuff going on, but when you come back and watch the rest of this episode, I will have some football helmets up because I will then share later on my game of the week. So definitely can check that out later. But like I said, everybody subscribe to him. Go over there, check out his stuff, past and current content, because he does great things over there. And his subscriber count should be going up as well. Take care, bro.
All right, man. You have a good one, boss. Thank you again for having me on.
Yes, sir.
Later.
It's great to have him. He's a great guy. Tons of personality. We talk every once in a while when we're trying to link up to be on the show or on my show here. But it's more so on my end than his end, like I was saying earlier. I do shows in the afternoon and the nights or whatever, and he works second shift, and it just hasn't worked out. So it's more on my end, trust me. As the host, I actually have to do better in regards to having a set time that works, or being like I usually am, because it is just a YouTube channel, right? Quote unquote, just a YouTube channel. Be flexible and have it at a different time. I thank him for his kind words. Like I said, his Instagram and YouTube channel will be sorry about that, but I am live. I cannot edit it, but it will be in the link below. So hold on. Oh, sorry. I'm just checking something in regards to. All right. Anyways, let's continue on. Let's talk about the week that will be in regards to the NFL season. If I can actually. All right. Just want to check. Okay. Okay. Now my internet does not want to work well. Okay. Sorry about the delay here. Trying to get to the current week here for the NFL schedule. No, it's not week 5. It is week 7 that we will be predicting. Let's start off with the Chiefs and the Broncos. The Thursday night game that will be tomorrow night. I actually will be going with the upset. The Broncos over the Chiefs. The Chiefs will have their own 3-game losing streak like Dallas. Broncos coming in there on a high in their own, I think, 2-game winning streak. So they'll continue a winning streak, 3 games. The Chiefs will continue a losing streak of 3 games. I got the Broncos over the Chiefs in a quote-unquote stunner, like the Jets over the Cowboys. But Broncos over Chiefs 23-20 in the win there. As you said, Byron went with his Raiders over the Packers. Obviously, come on now. If you think he would do anything else but that. But he went with the Raiders over the Packers 23-20. I'm going with the Packers over the Raiders 16-14. Last second field goal, 16-14. So the Raiders would have been up by 1 point. We kicked the field goal to win it. 16-14, 2-point winner. I don't know why I needed to explain how that would have worked, but okay. Anyways, 16-14 Packers over the Raiders then. For me, my prediction. LA Rams traveling to Atlanta to face the Falcons. I'm going with the Rams over the Falcons, 26-13. We have the still undefeated San Francisco 49ers going to Washington to face the Washington team. I'm going with the 49ers over Washington, 32-3. There, sorry, Washington. It's not going to work out. Texans and Colts, a good matchup here. I have the Colts winning at home, actually, defeating the Texans. Texans over Colts, 27-23. Vikings-Lions, big matchup here. I'm going with the Lions over the Vikings. Lions kind of licking their wounds in a sense after the Packer game. But Lions over Vikings, 17-16. The Bengals and the Jaguars. Jaguars losing Ramsey, trading him. losing him via trade. But I still have the Jaguars over the Bengals. Minshew Mania running wild in Cincinnati. Jaguars over Bengals 23-16. Arizona against the Giants. I got the Giants beating the Cardinals. Giants over Cardinals 26-23. We have the Dolphins facing the Bills. Bills keep trudging on, keep moving on, keep doing well in regards to record-wise this season. Might be making the playoffs. Bills over Dolphins. Okay, it could be Raiders and Bills being the wild card teams. Bills defeating the Dolphins 32-10. Chargers against the Titans. I have the Chargers over the Titans 26-20. We have the Ravens and the Seahawks. Good matchup there. Ravens picking up someone from the Rams as well during the trade. So I'm going to go with the Ravens over the Seahawks 35-26. So 35-26 for that game. Saints and Bears. I'm going with Chicago to get the win here. 23-20. Eagles and Cowboys. This one can go however it goes, but I'm going to go with the Eagles over Dallas. 16-9. 16-9 Eagles over the Cowboys. And then for the Monday Night Football game, we got the Patriots against the Jets. Hey, Jets got to win. They're looking better, right? But you're still facing the Patriots. So I got the Patriots over the Jets 35-16. And for me, here for the game of the week. My game of the week with the helmets here. So I try to hide them as great as I can before showing them. There we go. We got the Ravens and Seahawks. Whoop. Ravens, Seahawks. And I predict that the Baltimore Ravens will get the win with the score that I predicted. Look at how shiny that looks with the light. Ravens. Anyways, Ravens getting the win, but the Ravens-Seahawks matchup. There we go for this week. But, it's the game of the week here for this week, heading into another great NFL season. It shall be splendiferously awesome. And hopefully it doesn't just chilling as well, and definitely think that it shall be interesting to see how things go. Now, since I might as well just promote everything, since we talked about everything, my wrestling podcast is at the Ramble _WWE. Also on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, welcome to check out Steve's Wrestling Ramble. Also, Talking Package with Steve. You can find in the fan page and also on Twitter at simply Talking_Packers. Oh yeah, Talking Package with Steve, but Talking_Packers. The podcast for the game I'm playing at Who Done It Spook. There, my personal handle, if you want to tweet and give me support, at Army_Strong_06. So check that stuff out. But definitely look forward to seeing how it all goes down. I don't know why I said that. But all in all, hope everybody if you are watching this, first, welcome to subscribe to the channel, ring the bell so you know when I go live with the next video. I do other videos in regards to reviews of TV shows. I review This Is Us, season that has started, and now 4 weeks in, 4 episodes in. I review Riverdale, which premiered last week. So I do a review of that. Episode is tonight on CW. So Riverdale and This Is Us and Wrestling Ramble and the NFL podcast. And along with my case for the next Whodunit game or next Whodunit case, but that will always be private or unlisted. They will become public after the game is over. So if you care about that stuff, if you've seen Whodunit on ABC, the one season, or just YouTube search it or Google search it, and you'll find the whole season on YouTube for free in a playlist that someone had. You'll see what Whodunit's all about and why I have a whole passion for it, a big passion for it. I will be hosting a Whodunit game in 2020 with 20 contestants in honor of the 2020 presidential election and 2020 in general, the year. That will be on Twitter. So But thank you for those that are coming over here from Byron's channel. Like his stuff is awesome and great. Raider fans out there, welcome to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Hashtag be respectful, as I know you all will be. Yeah, welcome to subscribe to this channel. And all my Packer fans and NFL fans and subscribers on my own channel already here, go over there and subscribe to his. Give his a sub and go from there, because you'll enjoy his content as well. I'm talking about specifically the Raiders and the NFL there. So but I'm looking forward to seeing how things go. I look forward to seeing his review of the Raiders-Packer game, whether he does it in his car, whether he does the video at home, however, wherever. It's always great content. You always will want to check it out. But that should do it for me. Like I said, you can follow me on all those social medias there. You can find me on Snapchat at StevieK_06, Instagram at StephenK_06, where I will be posting in regards to having Byron on the show, promoting him there too. Probably will show a quick snippet of the show. That's kind of how that works. And thanking him for being part of it. And we'll go from there, I guess I keep saying. But I hope you all have a great rest of your week, as I always say here, my outro, and enjoy the weather in your area. And above all else, as always, take care.